Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Richard Wisher and this is Camsar. So bringing you Camsar from Cambridgeshire. Not quite so sunny this morning, but the prospects are good according to the weather forecast. Here I am in my office, about to start the day, and I'm welcoming you to Camsar, hashtag Camsar. So this is connecting Cambridgeshire business with the world. Oh, hi Marcus, good to have you on board. Today I'm going to be talking about networking, and particularly I'm going to be talking about these two characters on the left here. So hello Mervyn, welcome to Camsar. You're live. Hello Luana. Luana, welcome to Camsar. We are live in Cambridgeshire at 9 o'clock in the morning. And we're talking, today's Camsar is going to be dedicated to networking, to business networking. Hi Luana, good to have you on board. You probably recognize these two faces on the screen. Oh, hi there. Sorry, I don't have your first name. Do you want to just give me your first name? That'd be great. I'm not very good at the handles that come up sometimes. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be talking to this more. Hi, Leanne. Oh, excellent. Yes, of course, Leanne. Good to have you on board. We're going to be talking about networking this morning. I'm early today, Marvin. Well, you got to be quick. You got to be sharp. You got to be sharp. I'm going to be talking about networking today. Be doing about 30 minutes. We won't do the full hour because you don't stretch the content too far. I just want to talk about networking in a general sense. The thing that prompted me was that two of my best networking buddies on the left there, Chris Thomas and Mervyn Foster, did their first professional scope yesterday. So big cheer for Mervyn and Chris. I'll get onto that in a bit more detail later on, but this was two of my best networking buddies in Cambridgeshire. They support me an awful lot, and we work together quite closely. Have done for about 10 years or more. On Huntingdonshire Business Network. I'm the current elected chairman of Huntingdonshire Business Network, but Mervyn and Chris are both former chairmen as well. So it's the chairman's network. So what I wanted to do is focus on the importance of networking today. I'll just keep the screen up for a minute, and we can. Oh, hi Grant. Excellent. Good to have you on board. We're talking about the importance of networking. Got Grant on the scope. So one of the key Periscops. So a group of Scots who network quite closely on. No, I think that's the point, Mervyn. It was what I was saying was that both Mervyn and Chris, who you can see on the screen here, good networking buddies of mine, did their first scope yesterday. Both of them. Well, Chris did an earlier one, but there was some connection problems. But his first proper scope was yesterday, and Mervyn did two scopes yesterday. He did one live, which I thought was quite brave, down at his son's fitness gym down in Godmanchester, Unit Fitness. But there was a lot of noise. There was a lot of background noise, and there was. Oh, excellent! Good. It's a good name, Richard. There was a lot of background noise. So Mervyn then took the Periscope back home and did a broadcast from home. So it's like everybody. There's nowhere that you can. There's nowhere really that you can Periscope. Periscope by definition is going live, so you can't really practice it too much. You've got to really sort of test it out a bit. So while people are, I think it's when people move to being not just a watcher and a commenter, but a broadcaster on Periscope. I think that is a big deal. It is not easy, even for. You can test it with a few people, and you can do it not public. You can do it private. So there are ways of doing it, but it's like swimming. You've got to get your foot in the water. The first time you'll probably make a fool of yourself, but you learn very, very quickly. It's a very steep learning curve. And Mervyn and Chris are really good networkers. They've done scopes, or they've done video before, Chris particularly, and Mervyn. They do a lot of broadcasting, but they haven't done Periscope. So it's just really getting into a new medium and how that medium works and what the particular issues are. So big shout out for Chris and Mervyn. But I just think that let me put you onto the. You've seen enough of the screen now. I think we've made the point. Let's turn it around. So here's me. So this is Richard Wishart. Just going to put you into my stand, so it doesn't shake as much. There we go. So here's Richard Wishart, Kamzar, talking about networking. And the whole thing about Periscope is that it really brings networking to the fore. It's a very engaging medium. And I thought, let me just share this with you. So this is my last sort of half hour on Periscope last night, and my first 5 minutes this morning. Okay, so this is how engaging and how lively this place is. So last night I was just about I had some work to do and I was busy doing things. I was just about to go to bed and I saw a thing pop up, and it was Laura. So Laura is a Periscope, and she was saying, "Hey, anybody want to have a chat?" So I thought, oh, fine. So I dropped in, and all the other Periscopes were there. And we were just having, Laura was talking about her day. No, it's Laura. I'm terrible with surnames. I'll come back to me in a second. But Laura, she's in just outside Dundee, and she does social media, and she does coaching particularly. That's her main thing. And she'd had a bit of a shit day, so a bad morning. So we talked it through. There was a group of us on there, about 4 or 5 of us. And we just chatted through her day. So this was a completely informal, everybody mucking in. There was about 4 or 5 Periscopes on the scope that I know. So I think, I'm not sure Grant was on, but other people were on as well. And it was just really good to chill out at the end of the day, share a few problems, work out a few things. And anyway, as a result of that, Laura said, I said, well, are you on LinkedIn? She said, yeah. So we connected on LinkedIn and Twitter. So we've done that connection overnight. And it's brilliant. It's really good. And I hope I helped her a little bit. And I'm sure she can help me. So it's about that sort of help and support. So that was last night. So that was the final thing on Periscope last night. And then this morning, this will really get you. So I just taken a cup of tea out to my wife. So I came downstairs. I was just sitting outside, got my Periscope up, saw what was happening, and I was worrying whether I should engage or not, because I follow about 1,000 people, so I get lots of notifications. I thought, oh, let's just have a little peek through and see what's happening. So the very first thing that I saw was one of the guys I'm following is Robert Llewellyn. So the name might sound familiar. Do you remember Crichton in Red Dwarf? Well, Crichton was Robert Llewellyn was at a recharging point down in the southwest. He's going down to see someone. He's recharging his Tesla car, and he was chatting on Periscope. So I said hello to him. He said hello to me. We had a chat. So Crichton from Red Dwarf and I were having a chat this morning. I was sitting at the motorway service station waiting for his car to charge up. So we had a little chat. Isn't that good? It's a bit like the one the other day where, it's as if I do know him now. We're best of friends. I didn't know him this morning. But so that was a quick 5 minutes with Robert Llewellyn. And the other day I had a chat with Dan Snow, you know, the historical broadcaster on the television. He was in Denmark going through the airport, having done rowing a Viking longship down one of the fjords. He was going through the airport having a chat on Periscope. So I joined him, had a chat, and he was telling me what he was doing for the next couple of weeks and what his next projects were. But we were engaging. These guys on television, they're, it's a bit like, forget autographs. Who have you spoken to on Periscope? So, but, you know, these guys are professional broadcasters. They are professional, they talk, they communicate, they're professional communicators, let's say. So professional communicators, if you can get so if you can get onto the medium and they understand the medium, and some of these guys don't, but people like Dan Snow and Robert Llewellyn do, they'll talk to you. That's what they do. They are communicators, and they're very good communicators. So that's quite good. So anyway, I did Robert Llewellyn, and then I thought, okay, and that was quite a quick one. So I had a chat, and it came off, and then I thought, oh, who else is on? Oh, Chocolate Johnny. Let's have a chat with Chocolate Johnny. So Johnny runs a chocolate company down in Sydney, Australia, and every morning he goes out and does a scope down by the water, and he gets some fantastic images, some fantastic scenery. So dropped in, said hello to him. He said, "Hi, Richard. How's it doing? I'm sorry I can't last on this because my battery's my data package is going, but it's great to see you." So I had a quick chat with him, and then there was a third one as well. So it was fantastic. So two or three people in the space of the third one was Ricky. Now Ricky is a NBC broadcaster living in Boston in the States, and he works he's on staff, but he does some freelance stuff as well. So first thing in the morning, he is out doing news stories for CBS, and he broadcasts from his car. I don't think broadcasting from your car is a particularly good idea, but he does. So this is probably about 2:00 in the morning for him. He's just coming off shift. He's just done some shootings that he's been covering and various other things. And he's driving along in his car in Boston, and you have a chat. So, hi Ricky, how's it going? Oh, what have you up to? Wow, this shoot and all. So in the space of 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes, I was speaking to Robert Llewellyn. I was speaking to Robert Llewellyn somewhere in the UK. I was speaking to Chocolate Johnny in Australia. And I was speaking to Ricky in Boston in 5 minutes. So isn't that, that is just absolutely, Chocolate Johnny is his hand. It has a slightly different one, but if you look up Chocolate Johnny, you'll certainly get him. He's quite a character, and if you get in with him, he'll send you a box of chocolates. So, but isn't this absolutely amazing that in the space of, so you can see why I'm hooked on Periscope, Periscope junkie, but in the space of 5 minutes, I connect with 3 people all over the world, but not just people I know. And then the previous night when I was connected to Periscope, there's a group of people that I've never physically met in my life, but we communicated, so we've been friends for a long time. And it's that sort of little group of people that is really helpful. And particularly what I wanted to mention this morning is that it's a bit like, I don't know what I said, I call them tickets. It's a bit like that. It's Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory, but he's a really good guy. He's got some strong views and stuff, but he's very, very easy to listen to, and I would highly recommend it. There wasn't just 3 people this morning. There was the 4th one as well. And the 4th one was my friend who does surfing in Australia. So what he does is he takes his smartphone out in a paper bag or a plastic bag, and he takes it out into the. Sorry, I don't know whether I've lost the scope here or not. I've got a problem on my screen. I'll try turning the screen around. I think the. I don't know whether you're getting this, but I'll try continuing. My screen has sort of pixelated a bit, but I'll try continuing. And it's frozen. But no, this guy takes his camera out in a plastic bag and goes surfing. So this morning he did an extra bit, which was he in his car he'd set up his camera, and he went outside in front of the car, so in front of the waves, and he got his towel around him and pulled on his sweatsuit, so he's getting changed, ready to go out. And the music was playing in the car, so we've got sort of music of the guy putting on his wetsuit, and then he came into the car, so I'll pack it up, and I'll catch up with you when I'm out in the surf. So then he went out into the surf. So this is following surfers, and you're freezing. fridge door open. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think the screen has frozen on me this time. I think I'm pushing this too hard. So maybe it's a very quick one this morning. Just a quick shout out from my two friends, Mervyn Foster and Chris Thomas, who did their first live scope yesterday. Brilliant. Hooray. Excellent. A real shout out for the people you can connect with really quickly and easily, the celebrities on Periscope. And then the importance of business networking, which I was going to get onto. I've known Mervyn and Chris now for about 10 years, maybe longer. I joined Hunting Ninja Business Network when I first set up my business. I'd been in large corporates and set up my own micro business. So the very first couple of days, I'm sitting at home waiting for the phone to ring, and it doesn't. So I went along to, heard there was a thing called Hunting Ninja Business Network, went along on a Friday, 12:30, dropped in, and I found a whole group of micro businesses like myself. And they said, oh, that's normal. You don't get the phone doesn't ring. You might have your website set up, your company set up, but this is what you do. So there was people there who were finance, who were marketing, who were technical, all the sort of things that you have in a big company, all your various departments. But as a micro business, you don't have that, of course. So I've been with Hunting Ninja Business Network now for about 10, 11 years since I set up my business. And I found it really valuable in terms of the help and support. I don't sell to HBN. That's not what I'm there for. I'm there to get support and provide support. So I'm now elected chairman of HBN. And Mervyn and Chris have been elected chairman as well. So a very elite club. The group's been going for 24 years. Next year's the 25th. And if you want to see more about HBN, we are up at Alconbury Weald, which is the new enterprise zone at Cambridgeshire, in Cambridgeshire on Friday. And I know at Alconbury Weald there is connectivity, there is connection. So what I'm going to be doing is scoping at Alconbury Weald on Friday. So please join me for that, 12:30 to 2:30 on Friday at Alconbury Weald. If you're in Cambridgeshire, come along in person. We're limited in numbers, so you got to join the meetup group. There's about the room can hold about 12, 15 people, so we've got to limit numbers a little bit. But we're up in the tower. So we've got a panoramic view of the whole airfield that's being rebuilt as an enterprise zone for Cambridgeshire. And if you join me, I'll either in person or on the scope, I'll show you around. So I'm having a few problems with my screen. I think you're still seeing me. I'm not sure. My screen actually is frozen, but I see there's still hearts coming up and I see there's still some comments coming up. So I'm persevering. But probably I'll sort of draw the Periscope to a close. I might do some Periscopes later on today. I might try and do a few. So I do apologise for the screen. I think you're still getting the audio. Great to have you all on board. And what I do, cams are every morning, every business day, Monday to Friday, 9 o'clock till 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock till 9:30. Please join me. Please connect. And I hope you have a good time in your use of Periscope. And if you don't just listen, get broadcasting. And if you broadcast, let me know and we'll sit in and listen. Okay, good. Thank you all very much. I do apologise that this broadcast has a technical hitch in it, but I will be broadcasting later on this morning. Okay, so goodbye, everybody.